Okay, the last episode of Volume 1 before we now have to wait until December 25th to see the next three episodes, which is so frustrating. But honestly, if they were going to end Volume 1 on a particular moment, they picked the right moment. But we'll get into that later because, firstly, I really enjoyed this episode because we got to see Max's journey. She's been in a coma and not responsive for three episodes. So to find out actually what she went through and that also what she learned about Vecna's background, right? Like I think that was so interesting. The Cliffs, I know that there was apparently a play and like a lot of like the background behind that was very relevant. I think the fact that they also showed the 1959s is relevant because someone pointed out on social media that the painting that Will drew in the barn, that shape is very similar to the shape that in Erica's classroom that they were studying about wormhole theories. And in the wormhole theory, what the teacher was explaining is like it's unstable, but it's uses to causes crossing dimensions or spaces, things like that, which they already done, so why interest, but also crossing potentially time without interrupting space, which is definitely interesting, especially with combined with the fact that they showed Vecna's past has the 1950s, which has Joyce. Definitely you hear her voice, you hear Winona's writer's voice in the background, you hear Steve Harrington's father, you see Hop is in there. There's so many characters actually that are connected to Vecna's past, which would be really interesting hypothetically if they did do some time travel sort of scenario. I don't know how. I don't know this thing, but it's clear like it's interesting despite learning about Vecna and like the fact that he is Henry. It didn't seem to ring. Did it? I don't remember it ringing any bells in Joyce's head or even Hop's head about this kid that they might have gone to high school with. That they have no clue. So just really curious if there's some time travel. I mean, they cross dimensions. Why not cross the time? Also, the twist that it was 8 behind the door instead of Vecna was really nice. Like I was kind of thinking it wouldn't be Vecna, but I was also not sure. 11 doesn't give really good hints. Like a few times she's given red herrings instead actually this season. But the fact that it was actually 8 her sister was a nice callback, as well as it provided a nice twist that nobody expected. It ended up being a nice moment of Hop sacrificing himself and 11 crying if like he exploded. Well, it was just the door opened and she was reunited with more family in that sense. But the biggest fun was definitely watching Will. Like this is Will's season. Like and Noah is really killing it. Like first of all, I've been enjoying watching that friendship grow with Robin and Will and like her understanding like she clocked the like connection between him and Mike and was like okay, this guy's crushing on him. And knew though that it was also like a one-sided relationship because Mike is, as far as we know, like there's some theories that he's not, but he returns the interest, but Mike is in a relationship with 11 and just sees Will as a best friend, right? A very very good best friend, but there's no romantic overtones there. There is love, it's just not romantic. um and she gives him the advice and the belief that like he needed, right? I mean, Joyce said earlier, as long as someone believes, people can do some amazing things. And Robin believes in Will. She believed in his plan and followed it through. She believes that he's a lot stronger than he thinks. Mike also believes in Will. Like he was saying, I think you can be the sorcerer, like you can tap into that and stuff. Like they give Will the confidence to actually take back control and power. And it was a very like coming of age moment where the embracing of who he is allowed him to access powers and like to save his friends and the people he loves, which is like a beautiful, beautiful moment. And oh my God, I definitely have created a short about how amazing like that moment was because I've watched it multiple times and Noah has like knocked it out of the park. Like he's a really good actor. Like I'm every time he like brings his A game, like in season 2 I was amazed. In this moment I'm amazed. He like knocks it out of the park. He steals the whole darn show, which is very difficult because there's a lot of good acting in this show and a lot of great moments, but like this one I think I rewatched this easily like 20 times and I still feel the goosebumps going up and down my arms because he was just so badass in that moment. And it's just a great moment too, right, for Will, because like you see him struggle with like the fact that he was taken, then the fact that he was possessed, and the fear that he's always had with this connection, and then the fear that he had with like his own sexuality and being, will he still be loved by his friends and family? Will they accept that of him? And to take that moment and realize he'll be okay, not only will he be okay and then he has this power, it's just such a beautiful moment and a beautiful arc for Will. And I'm so excited to see what the next few episodes brings, as long as it's not his death. Like, let's be real, because like I know they're gonna kill somebody off, they're gonna kill off a few people, but at this point I don't want it to be Will. He's had such an amazing journey. I just want to see this kid flourish and live happily, however that may turn out for him. But yeah, happy ending for Will. Happy ending for them all. Honestly, aren't they tired? Give these kids a break. They like have worked so hard. They're tackling problems that like they should not at like elementary ages, and now they're in high school and they're still tackling those problems. So yeah, all the best to them.